It's one of the most recognizable buildings in the world and a signature part of the Seattle skyline, the Space Needle.
The theme of the fair is set by the Space Needle.
At 605 feet tall, the iconic landmark was first built in 1962 for the World's Fair.
The Seattle World's Fair is underway.
The theme celebrating the age of space, and according to the Space Needle's chief operating officer, Karen Olson, it was constructed to symbolize just that.
The Space Needle was designed as a flying saucer on a stick. When they're building it, no one thought it was possible. People came down, they had picnics. It made the cover of Life magazine twice.
At the time, the Space Needle was considered an architectural feat, all built from start to finish in just 400 days.
They built it really quick. It took teams of engineers that worked tirelessly overnight to build the Space Needle in the first place. And now this renovation, history is repeating itself.
63 years later, yet again, construction crews are working overtime to complete a massive $100 million renovation of the popular tourist attraction. Major changes have already been made, including adding 176 tons of glass to the observation decks, giving visitors the feeling they're floating above the city. All part of the Space Needle's original design that never actually happened.
They envisioned floor-to-ceiling, floor-to-sky glass everywhere. But back in the day, they didn't have that much glass. They didn't have the technology. What we've done over the years is peel that away and really open up the view. And whenever there's structure that we can, we're replacing it with glass.
That includes converting the rotating restaurant into the world's first ever revolving glass floor.
This definitely isn't for someone who's scared of heights.
I know, isn't this amazing?
And another big change, replacing the building's 3 elevators, making them double-decker to increase capacity and adding floor-to-ceiling glass all the way around.
Welcome to the preview.
It's a project architect Blair Payson has been working on for years.
What was so cool about going back to the original blueprints from 1962?
Well, one of the joys was finding that they had wanted to do a double stack elevator in the 60s, and they just couldn't. And so it's really only now, 60 years later, with the team we have, that we can realize that vision.
Now, after 3 years of construction, the first set to open to the public Friday. It's the only elevator like it in North America.
I think the Space Needle is all about getting people to the edge, and this experience really lets you do that. I think that people are going to come away totally thrilled. They're going to find their limit and then push past it.
To say I did that may be an understatement. After our official tour, they let us check everything out.
All right, let's have some fun.
But all this wasn't even the high point.
Here, a first for everything.
Up we went.
Stunning. Oh my gosh.
And there was even more.
Should we do it? I've never done anything like this, but I'm all in. Let's do it.
All right.
Any last minute tips?
Be calm, have fun, enjoy. Not a lot of people get to do this.
What am I doing? Wow. Oh my gosh. This is the most insane experience I've ever had. Literally the top of the Space Needle. I can see the most stunning views all around Seattle. I'm just gonna take it in.
Seattle from a whole new perspective.
Woohoo! That was so cool. Oh gosh, guys, that was one of the scariest but also most thrilling things I have ever done. If you're wondering, unfortunately going all the way up to the spire is not open to the public, but all of the other fun things we just showed you are. So, hey, if you're in the Pacific Northwest, you gotta make a trip to the Space Needle, check all those renovations out, and of course those incredible views, guys.
Well done, Liz.
Well done. You are
well
great.
done.
Are you brave?
What was that like up there, Liz?
Ooh. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I was surprised that I wasn't as scared, honestly. It was just thrilling. We were harnessed in, the wind was blowing, but it was breathtaking up there.
Yeah.
It was a really, really cool experience.
And as the kids would say, now you have a core memory, Liz. Congratulations. That was great.
I cannot imagine. I feel like I would even get suited up, and it was like my body wouldn't let me.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
the spirit would be willing, but like I just, no. Could you do that?
No, I did New Year's Eve for NBC for so many years, and I went up to where they dropped the ball in Times Square.
Yeah.
Not even to the top, to the bottom, like where the ball drops.
Yeah.
I could barely stand there over Times Square. I couldn't imagine what Liz just
Would you do it?
Oh, yeah. I'm not afraid of heights. But I do love the fact that they've managed to achieve the vision, their original architecture vision, like 50 years later.
That's fun is also that they had the vision, too. It's really cool.
Mr. Roker, you love Seattle.
I got to tell you, if there's nothing better than catching a fish at Pike's Market.
Yeah, you always talk about Seattle.
It is such a great city. So very cool. All right, that was great, Liz. Thanks so much. Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.